Weeby, and I am one of the 3 co-directors of the Shafter Christmas Store. And the Shafter Christmas Store, we have done 3 Shafter Christmas Store events. This will be our 4th year, and this started when Brittany Neal Sobranis was working for the city of Shafter and was doing the Adopt a Family program. It wasn't working out very well. There were a lot of complications, and Melissa and I had read about a new Christmas giving model in a book that we were reading called Pride for Parents, where they focused on preserving the dignity of the parents, but also providing support for the children at Christmas. So the way we do that is setting up a store model, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and let Brittany and Melissa introduce themselves. We'll go with Brittany first and then Melissa.
Hey everyone, I know most of you, but for those of you that don't know me, my name is Brittany Neal. I came to Shafter by way of working for the city. I worked for the city for 6 years before deciding to stay home with my daughter this summer. And Shafter is my community. I don't live there, but I'm very connected to the people there, and it just has my heart. So this event has become one of the highlights of my year, and I'm really excited that we've found a way, even in the crazy Corona times, to make it happen for this year. So yeah, I'm one of the co-directors, as Katie said. I handle a lot of the logistics for how we carry out the event, and that's been an interesting challenge this year, and I'm excited to tell you about what we've come up with. So excited to get going. Melissa.
Yeah. So my name is Melissa Bergen, Shafter born and raised. I worked as a pastor in Shafter at 2 churches for about a decade. And then we bounced the work I was doing into a community development, a community benefit organization called Listen to Shafter. And Listen to Shafter has been very involved in the Christmas store since its inception. That's a word, inception. And I do other community work in the area, Little Free Libraries, the Chalk and Walk. The Christmas store is the banner of our year. And we're also working on a mural project and a proposed Shafter project. So Katie and I work together with Adam Starr and the rest of the community to make that happen through Listen to Shafter. And my role has been working with the Christmas store, has been working with Healthy Start, working with the families, and then doing everything else that we do. So there we go.
All right, and my role with the Shafter Christmas Store is I do all of the coordinating of volunteers. So a lot of you have heard from me in that respect the past few years. We're happy you're here. We're happy for the support of you as individual community members, and also your businesses and organizations. They make a huge difference. Just a few things about our meeting this morning. It is being recorded. We are hoping to email this out to those who could not attend the meeting. So just so you know, you are being recorded. Also, we're asking that all questions be put into chat. It helps us keep things orderly and organized. So try and keep yourself muted and just put everything in chat if you have a question. We'll take questions at the very end, but if something pops into your head, you can put it into chat and we'll get to it. Just a brief overview on the session agenda today. We are going to talk about the impact of the Shafter Christmas Store. We were going to hear from Myra Trevino, who is the director of Shafter Healthy Start, but she had to do a home visit and couldn't make it today. So we're hoping to get something to share from her. If she could send it in to us, we'll see. We're going to hear about what the Christmas store is going to look like in 2020, and then we are going to have a question and answer session at the end. So if you need to cut out early, that's fine. We're going to try, if everything goes well with this recording, we'll email this out to everyone if you have more questions, and you can also reach us by email if you need to after the fact. So the first thing we're going to do is show you our Christmas store video that Brittany put together for us, and then we'll move on from there.
Hi, my name is Melissa Bergen.
My name is Katie Weeby.
Hi, I'm Brittany Neal, and we're the leadership team for the Shafter Christmas Store.
The Shafter Christmas Store is a Christmas giving opportunity dedicated to providing the magic of Christmas for the whole family. For parents, we believe that the magic comes when they are able to choose gifts for their children, paid for with funds they've earned rather than being given a handout.
To make this possible, the Shafter Christmas Store collects donations from community members, business partners, churches, and service groups and makes brand new toys available to parents to purchase at an 80 to 90% discount.
Over the last 3 years, it has been our privilege to partner with Shafter Healthy Start to serve over 100 families through the Christmas Store. We've collected approximately 1,500 toys and worked with hundreds of volunteers.
As we began to think about the Christmas store in 2020, it was easy to see it was needed now more than ever before. As a leadership team, we also quickly recognized we would likely face greater challenges making this event a reality than in years past. We spoke to other organizations that run similar events and all found ourselves in the same position of having to find new and creative ways to achieve our goals.
Our first priority is to ensure that we were protecting the health of our families and our volunteers. For this reason, rather than having an in-person event, parents will shop for their gifts on our website in early December and collect at a curbside event that will have lots of socially distanced Christmas spirit.
We will greatly miss the connection of physical proximity with our neighbors that made the Christmas store so special, but we ardently believe that making these changes is showing love and care for our neighbors.
We have also had to change our collection practices. This year, we are asking you to donate money and gift cards rather than toys. This will allow our donors and volunteers to minimize the need to be out in public places where toys are purchased, donated, and collected. It will also make it much more streamlined for us to put on a website. You can find all the donation information on our website and social media platforms.
Volunteer opportunities will still be available, although they will look different than in years past, so stay tuned.
Our goal is to collect $10,000. This will purchase enough toys to serve 133 kids. To cope with all these changes, we are starting our collection a whole month early. We hope that you will partner with us.
Please share.
Please volunteer.
Please donate and help us provide the magic of Christmas to the whole family.
All right, Melissa.
Yeah. So the since 2017, wow, time flies. So 2,000 toys have been collected through private donations, people ordering through our Amazon wish list, through corporate donations, people gathering at their place of business. And then we store them and have them ready for the store. So Katie has organized over 300 volunteers through organizations again, or private people or churches come together to do this. And we are just so thrilled with this bottom number. 129 families have shopped, purchasing gifts for over 410 children. Doing the micro work I was doing with the churches before the Shafter Christmas store, and just being able to do 2 or 3 families at a time, and Brittany's work with the city, just able to do a couple of families at a time. This number is powerful to us. So we thank you for all you've done in the past, and we look forward to continuing to grow this number into the future. Are there any pieces that I've missed, ladies? Yep.
I don't think so.
There we go. Yeah, Healthy Start has just been a great partner to move these numbers, to help us get these numbers together. So they're our main asset to make this happen.
So at this point, we had hoped to hear from Healthy Store staff to talk a little bit about you saw the numerical impact of the Christmas store, but it's more than numbers. It's about the families who their Christmas season looks very different because of the work that you have all helped us do. And hopefully we'll be able to share some of those in the email when we send it out with this recording. But one story that I remembered from last year that I just wanted to share to kind of illustrate this is we had one mom who mentioned that she had not put up her Christmas tree because she did not want to draw attention for her kids to the fact that there would be no gifts under that tree. And so for her, this allowed her, and she talked to us and she just said, I'm so excited to go home and put up my Christmas tree because I'm going to be able to put gifts under it. And that was impactful to us because it was something that she was doing. She was able to provide for her family. She was able to create this Christmas experience that would not have otherwise been possible. So that's just one quick story. I don't know, Katie, Melissa, if you have anything else along those lines that you want to share.
I'll add here that one of the reasons we work with Healthy Start on this project is because they partner with other agencies through the city and the county and provide resources to families besides this one. So families aren't being double served or double referred to different Christmas opportunities. So we use them because then we know that the families that are invited to the Shafter Christmas store are not getting resources elsewhere. So we know that this is a valuable resource to families that need it and also can have the money to afford it. So that's made very clear to the families via the social workers at Healthy Start.
Awesome. Anything else, Katie, before I move on? Okay.
No, I think that hits it.
Okay. So the Christmas store in 2020. 2020, what a year, right? The one that we will never forget and the one that has thrown everything at us that we could have never imagined. I mean, if I think we're to talk to ourselves a year ago and say, hey, this is all the things that are going to happen in the next 12 months, I don't think any of us would have believed it. But I think that the amazing things that I've seen in the businesses and the people that I interact with in terms of how we're coping with this situation is a lot of ingenuity and a lot of people figuring out how to come together as a community and still support each other. And that's been our goal with the Shafter Christmas store. So I'm going to use our brand new website, which we're really excited about, as kind of an outline to walk you through what the Christmas store is going to look like and the differences, the changes we're making for 2020. So if you want to go look at it later, it's www.shafterchristmasstore.com. And the first thing we'll talk about is donations. So donations are different this year. In the past, we've held public collection sites, whether it's at a restaurant or a church or a place of business for employees to donate to. But those locations, by virtue of the situation, are not operating in the same way. So we've decided to focus on monetary and gift card donations. And that's for a few reasons. One, people just aren't in the locations where they've dropped off their toys in the past as much. And so we needed to find an alternative. Second, we really want to protect the health and safety of our donors. And by giving them an option that doesn't require them to go out to a store, we feel like that's probably the best method to do that. And then thirdly, you'll see in a second, the way parents will be shopping for their gifts will be online. So it's much easier to do that with a smaller, more controlled list of toys than it is to possibly put every toy that's ever been made and sold in every different store on the list. So given that, we have 3 donation options. The first is to donate monetarily, and you can either do that, if you click here, you can donate online. It'll go, through our website donation fund, and we'll get it, and we'll be able to purchase the toys that way. If you do want to donate via check, that is absolutely acceptable. And we have the address on there where the checks can be mailed to. The second option, which is really great, is a gift card. So it can be to Target, Amazon, Walmart, and I know we've got our friends from Target and our friends from Walmart on here today. So we're excited to be able to turn around and support them and thank them for supporting us. So with those gift cards, they can either be sent to us electronically via our shafterchristmasstore@gmail.com email address, or they can be sent to us via mail, and that address is on there as well. And then finally, we have a donate toys. So if you are really wanting to donate specific toys, or you want to get your kids involved and they really like picking out the toys, it's not fun for a kid to pick out a gift card. We understand that. So we created an Amazon wish list, and that has all the toys that we already are planning on purchasing with the money and the gift cards that we receive. So that way we can load them all onto our website. But it makes it a little bit easier or more fun for kids and even us adults who want to pick out actual toys. So those are our three our primary donation methods for this year. So once we get the toys, what do we do with them? So they're being mailed to my house, actually. If you can't see over here in the corner, I've got stacks of boxes over there of toys. And they are being cataloged and then put onto a password protected portion of our website where the parents will go to shop. So I'm going to show you that now. Hopefully, this didn't work on the women's club meeting because Squarespace was down. But it's going to work today. Great. So this is what it looks like. It looks like a store, and you'll see that all of the items range between $2 and $5. There are a few items that will be over that $5 mark. Those will be things like Chromebooks or bikes or scooters, some of the bigger items, but nothing will be over $10. Everything will be available for $10 or less. Families will be able to come on here. They'll be able to look through the store. It's broken down by age category, and add the things that are right for their kids. And that's one of the big things that we strive to provide with the Christmas store is choice. We know that one kid may like Legos and one kid may like, a scooter. And we think that by allowing the parents who know their kids best to shop, we allow them to think about their kids and what their kids like and be able to purchase what they know they will really enjoy rather than being given something that their kid may or may not be into. So once they add these things to their cart, let's show that. They will be limited to, and a lot of this is going to be done through instructions, but they will be limited to 3 gifts per child, just like we did in the regular store. And we will look over their orders before we process them to make sure that they are complying with that. And if there's been any issues, we'll call them and say, hey, you were supposed to have these many toys and you have a couple extra, and work it out. So once they get into the checkout place, they will have a discount code. We're doing all of it cash on pickup because we know that some of our folks don't have credit cards, and it would create more fees along the way to process the transaction online. So by having a 100% discount code, that allows us to do cash on pickup. And then once they go through, they're able to check out and purchase. There you go. Now they'll receive an email that says what they owe. It'll be in the form of a negative amount, but we'll instruct them that that's actually what you will owe when you come to pick up your toys at the Christmas store. So what does the Christmas store distribution actually look like this year? We are partnering with Tin Cup Coffee to host a drive-by pickup. And we're really excited. We went to look at their facility and we think it's a great fit for what we need. Families will drive in to the parking lot on the side of Tin Cup Coffee. They'll check in, they'll pay for their purchases, they'll get lovely snacks, prepackaged cookies and hot chocolate, and then they'll move up to the distribution place where they'll hand over their receipt or their invoice, and they'll be given their toys. And the last stop, they'll be given wrapping supplies. So they'll be given paper, tape, all the things they need to go home and wrap their toys. So it's not the same, but I think that it still hits all of the important points for us and what makes the Christmas store so special. And that, we've always said, is providing the magic of Christmas to the whole family. And we think that while this is different, that we can still achieve that ultimate goal of making Christmas a special experience where parents can enjoy shopping for their kids without having the stress of wondering, do I pay my bills or do I get my kid a Christmas gift? And so that's what we think it'll look like. And we are really excited, and we think that it'll be a year to remember, and we'll hopefully get back to our normal format in 2021. But we're excited that we've been able to come up with a solution that will work. So we will still need volunteers, and I know a lot of you on here have volunteered in the past. It is going to look a little different than in years past, so I'm going to turn it over to Katie to talk a little bit about volunteers.
Yeah, volunteers are going to be a little bit different because we are not having the wrapping. We usually have table hosts that help families wrap their gifts, and we just couldn't do that with COVID. We couldn't figure out a way around that. That would just be way too many people in one spot. So we're sending wrapping supplies home. So our goal is to have 20 volunteers on the day of the event. Usually we have over 100 on the day of the event. So it makes me sad because a lot of people that have volunteered with us have volunteered every single year. We have had so many people return. And so it makes me sad that not everybody is going to maybe be able to participate in volunteering this year, but you know, we're all making the best of it. So the way volunteers are going to look prior to the event, we are going to open up the store for shopping, I believe December 1st or right around there. And then families will have about 2 weeks to shop. They'll have until December 11th to shop. As those orders are processed, we will we're calling them cohorts, groups of people who come to our storage facility and pack the bags. So if a family shopped for 3 children, they have 9 gifts, we would have a box or a bag. We'd put all the gifts that they purchased in that container, whatever it is. We'd staple their receipt to it, and we would set that to the side. So every family's purchases are packaged together. And we're looking for cohorts of people. So what we're thinking is families or coworkers, people who are already kind of in the same quarantine bubble. So if you're working together, or if you're living together, or maybe you have a group of friends that you're kind of still connected during this time. We would hope that we could kind of have people sign up as a group, or say, you know, this is Target's group night or GAF, or this is this church's night, and then you come together with the people that you bring. That way we're minimizing any risk of infecting anybody or spreading any germs. We are requiring masks at all times. So if you come and volunteer with us, you will be required to wear a mask. And so that's what the pre-volunteering will look like. We're kind of thinking maybe 5 to 7 nights of volunteering. It kind of depends how the orders roll in. We're still kind of figuring this out. So that's what the preparation will look like. The day of the event, like I said, we're hoping to have about 20 volunteers. We'll have a couple people who will take the cash payments when people arrive. We'll have a couple people who are troubleshooting if families arrive and they didn't purchase something, or they said they purchased something and it didn't work out. Couple troubleshooters. We'll have people distributing the items. From one of the reasons that Tin Cup is worked for us is because we can store the items inside on their stage and then walk them out. We're not sure what the weather is going to be like, so we didn't want to get all of our gifts and then have it rain. So that's why that facility worked out well for us. We'll have people giving the gifts. We'll have a few people handing out wrapping supplies. Our goal is that we will have families coming in shifts. So if you volunteered with us, you know that typically we have 3 groups for our families. They shop. We had a red group, a green group, and a yellow group. They would shop together in the store. We're going to kind of do a similar model where we invite families to come during a designated time. So maybe we'd have 1 hour for one group, the next hour for the second group, and then a third hour for the third group. That way we can spread out when families are coming and we won't be bombarded with everybody at once. There's no advantage to getting there early. They've already done their shopping. It's just pickup. So we're hoping for about 10 cars per hour. We're planning on usually 130-ish kids equals around 30 families-ish. That's kind of how it's been. So that's kind of what we're thinking. The families will drive through, the volunteers will give them each of their items that they need, and then they'll be on their way. We're thinking they'll need to be on site for maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Everyone will stay in their car. The only people moving around will be volunteers, and everyone will wear masks. We're hoping to work with Tin Cup and purchase snacks from them so that everything is prepared in a a certified kitchen, and everything will be pre-packaged so that no one's touching everything. So that's kind of what volunteers will be looking like.